That that one or that one over there?
Yeah, definitely.
Bro, hey, what was up with that Cleary and Dunsky match, bro?
That's good.
No, it was. When he thought he didn't hit the one, and he hit the side. I looked, bro. I was like, he hit the. I'm like, man, he hit the one. What is he doing? Yeah. I was like, oh no. But I guess the ball goes so fast.
After a good match.
No. That was. I mean, they both had their they had their ups and downs. Yeah. Yeah, man. I was like, fine. Yeah. Hopefully here was a. Oh yeah, no, he had to take hers to the restroom.
Yep.
Oh, there he is.
Okay.
All right, thanks, sir. Done. You done?
Papa.
All right, you back.
Good.
Yeah, we're waiting on you, man. You stalling me. You stalling me. All right, what are we doing? Race to the 5?
5 of this and 5 of 8.
Okay.
All right, everyone. Let's see. Audio fixed. All right, everyone. Thanks as always for joining us here by your live stream. You can see that we've got Mr. Chris White and Wayne Caffrey. Kind of a little bit of a last minute for me. Called up a little bit ago and said they wanted to play on the stream, and well, I wasn't doing anything but sit on the couch. So they are doing 5 games of 8 ball and 5 games of 9 ball. They're actually starting with 9 ball. Let me change my little logo there. Starting off with 9 ball. That's the first break you just saw there. Race to 10, so this shouldn't take too long. Both of them have been out here quite a few times, but it's been a little while since the last time that they came out. Both of them play about the same speed, so expect this one to run pretty close. Caffrey himself plays a lot more. That was a good shot. Did not get the reward for getting onto that 3 ball. So Wayne shoots a lot more one pocket than rotation pool. Definitely a game that him and many others like up in this area. Chris is definitely much more on the rotation games, both 8 and 9 ball, a little bit of 10 ball every once in a while. I can't remember if Wayne still plays League. I know for sure that Chris does. He's been playing on our local tap league for a while now. He even plays on ACS leagues. Really close. I don't know if he can get around that 5 ball. So we'll probably see a defense here. See if he can't send that cue ball up table. Oh, got it even better sticking it behind that 8 ball. That was a good shot. Definitely buried behind that one. And Wayne does play a lot of one pocket. Gets real close to it. Just misjudges it a bit. Coming back to the table with ball in hand. A few familiar names popping up out there, and How you doing, Miss Gloria Jane? That write up was pretty nice. If you haven't seen the Ivan Simonis Ride the Nine tour, you guys go and check that out. Does an amazing job out there. Ooh, ball in hand. That is not how you want to start a match off right there. Get that roll that he needs to get that to get to the 6 ball. It looks like he did. Probably back that around the right side of the 9 ball. Kind of like going the other direction, going on top of it, around a couple rails, put a little bit bigger stroke on it. He ends up with a bank shot. Even that bank's going to have to run around a little bit. Now, if he just concentrates on the bank, he should be okay. That 8 ball's sitting in a pretty good spot. Hey Raymond, how's it going? And wow, that's a little bit of first game jitters going on there. Mr. Chad, how's it going today, sir? Looks like we're gonna have a little bit of a roll here. That's why I prefer 10 ball, just for that kind of example. Might also be why Chris likes 9 ball. It's the first game down. Chris takes care of that one. While we're getting this one started, I actually do need to step away real quick. I'll be back in just a couple of minutes. We'll leave everything here, obviously, so that you can see it, and I'll make it back as quick as I can. Alright, everyone, sorry about that. Like I didn't miss too much action. This is gonna be a little bit of a tricky one for him. We'll see if he decides to try to take a run at getting that cue ball up table, but it's not gonna be easy. I think he caught that one a little bit firm. Chris is gonna have a shot. We just slow roll this and take a little bit more angle on the 7 ball. I don't think he's gonna try to run the cue ball all the way up the top. Eight ball finds its way into the pocket. Still a tough shot on that 6. And think about this one, even if you make the amazing cut, which is makeable, it's pretty tough to try to stop it up there on that rail. It's going to want to head straight towards it, and it's exactly what it's doing. Wayne with a long straight shot, sitting right on the rail again. Unless he decides to try for the cross corner. It's going to be a tough shot for him, and I think that's actually probably the better way to go. Even if you catch a little fake, that cue ball is going to go all the way back up to that top rail. How's it going to come out? Chris is going to have a shot. Still, they're not leaving each other playing nicely, and gives rail first, who tries to go straight into it and off the bottom rail. A little tough when it comes to playing straight into it. That's about as good as he was probably going to get on that ball. Neither one of these guys there, we're not going to see like those super powerful shots that we do with some other players. That kind of stroke's just not really one that they work with that well. This one is a very makeable out for Wayne. Ooh, a lot of top English, just kills it on that rail. Long shot back down table, small cut. Doesn't need to worry about position play, so just go ahead and drill it on in, just like he does. Nice shot there, ties it back up 1-1. His score up. See if he's going to stick to the side, and he does. Typical place for not just him, but for most people. Solid break, gets center to just a hair above center on the break. Cause the cue ball to stay down on the bottom, but that's be a little better if it was in the center of the table. Would have a shot on the 1. I don't think he's got one from where he is at. Look at it from the top. It looks like that 2 is in the way. He's probably just going to trim the edge of it. Let that cue ball go all the way back down table. Just needs to avoid the scratch, and oh, just does miss it. Wanted to hit that one about as thin as possible. Chris with a touch more angle on the 2 than he wants. A little bit of a bounce off the 8 ball to get it over on the side. And I don't know if that goes into this corner or not. It's pretty tight going into the side. How Chris decides he wants to play this one, and if it does go into the corner, it's really tight. Like he's setting up kind of aggressive here. Like he might want to shoot at the other corner. Undercuts that one pretty bad. That 4 ball is going to come all the way back down, leave Wayne a shot. Catches the point. It will start and open back up. Biggest thing Chris wants to watch for here is to make sure he leaves a bit of an angle for that 5 ball. 6 ball is all the way down here, and I'm not sure how that got missed. I don't think he knows either.
I thought that was buried in the black.
I can see how bad I missed it. Oh yeah, yours was way better.
How's it going, Scott? Over in Sanford. That's our neighbors down here. Hey, one at a time, please. We're still beginners. That stays up, and it does, then not a terrible place to leave it. That ball would have dropped, and the rest would have been pretty easy. Is he going to get another one? Nope. More luck involved in that one. Take a guess here that he's probably going to shoot this one down in the bottom right corner. Can go to the side and run it up table and back down. Pretty good. Nine ball where it is. Just draw for this one back to the rail he's standing at. He's going forward. Yikes! That can be a little dangerous there. Oh, he's gotten pretty straight. Mr. David Williams, and yes, sir, you do. It's been almost as long seeing you as it has been Mr. Wayne Caffrey here. This one up for a bank shot on the side. Ooh, sends that one real far, and he wants a big bounce off of that, and he's not going to get it. Chris is going to have a good shot right up in the corner. And that one rolled natural, almost cost him. Geez, Chad, that's putting in some work. 50 hours on the table. That's a full-time job and a couple extras. And good luck to you guys up there. Should be a great tournament. I was hoping to be able to make it up there myself, and then I heard you and Casey were going to be there, so I canceled my plans. Smooth stroke there. Go ahead and roll this forward, maybe even a touch of, just a little bit of top, just to make sure it goes past the 9 ball. He sends it all the way out. Really have to watch the speed there. Now, one of the things about like the last few times that Wayne's been out here, we were running a different type of cloth. They've all been Simonis. That's the only thing that's ever been on this table, but always the HR before, which is not rolling quite as quick as what this one is. This table is rolling a little quicker than most that have been out here. There's a little bit of adjustment that has to happen too. More stars coming in. Thank you very much for that. Always appreciated. Got a lot of things we want to do in this coming year, so all of that's definitely going to help us.
Speed, it's got the speed.
How far is that going to go? And leaving a whole lot of a shot there. Might be able to touch it, but big danger of scratching. He's just taking a shot at something there. Nothing easy about that one. He's getting some of the favorable leads when it comes to how far away that cue ball's staying back, and definitely stuck itself quite a distance up there again, thanks to a little help from the 4-ball. Drills that one with no problem, but that speed's gonna catch him on this one. How lucky is he gonna get? Got just enough to be able to make it, but it is very close. It's like just a little bit heavier on the 8-ball. It would have been an easy carom, but it's not quite. It's actually pointing a little bit more towards the corner. Gonna get a roll again? Yes, we are. If he can get lucky with both the shot and the leave, he can get out of this one. David, I know you would play the winner. I don't know that they're going to allow that. You can check with them though. Chad throwing in some more stars. Really appreciate that, man. Definitely whenever you guys get back from top of the state up in Tallahassee at that tournament, need to get you out here playing instead of just spectating. Of course, we always want to see Casey come back out. Has an open shot on the 5, but that 6-ball is definitely a problem for him. It's a little more real. I don't think he was actually trying to make that shot. It sure didn't look like it. Get that separation on it. Let Chris deal with the trouble with the 6.
Leave behind the 7.
Another okay roll out of that one is looks like the 5 stayed behind. Most of the 5 stayed behind the 6. Maybe more than I thought. shot here for Wayne. I know he wants to hide it. Kind of thought he'd go on the other side of that just to use the 8 ball to hold it, let that cue ball go back down table. It looked like maybe he was trying to get the 8 back in the way of it. Michael Henry, how's it going? Since it a little bit long. Gonna leave Wayne an opportunity here, and looks like he's got just a touch of an angle. To catch that short rail, come back up. Has to push through it too hard, and just doesn't have to hit that hard on this table anymore. It's gonna roll back up. Just a little bit of an overstroke. See if Chris is a little bit easier on it. He just set it back up table. He did not like that leave. More stars coming in. Definitely appreciate that. Larry, I'm going to assume that's you. Hadn't seen you in a while, buddy. Nice speed there. Bump that one forward a little bit. Have a nice angle on the 8 to get back down on that 9 ball. Obviously rolls a little heavier than he wanted to. Tough cut on the 8. Again, being a one pocket player, he does not mind shooting with the bridge. That's not as much of a challenge for him as it would be, say somebody like myself that doesn't use it very often. Well, clumsy with the stick, but apparently that worked. Wayne tying it back up. Goes 2 all.
I'm out, Al.
Chris has to step out of the room real quick, and we'll be right back. All right, everybody's back in the room now, so getting ready to start back up. Sorry about the little breaks.
Yeah. Way different stroke.
Out here just a second ago talking about the speed of that Simona 760, and if you've played on that one before, it definitely does run a pretty significant amount faster than the 860 or 860 HR. Shoots that one ball to go back down into the by the corner and leaves it open. Chris has a very open one ball shot. The problem's going to come in that he's going to have to hold it, so he really is going to have to watch that speed, and he's got a good stroke on it to do just that. Slight angle to help him get back to that three. Looks like he's going to draw it back. Big wide open space. Nice shot there. A little stop shot. Doesn't have to do too much with it. Tries to spin it out and around and catches that one a little bit slow. Bit tougher than he wanted on that 7 ball. Does not look like it goes into the corner. Wants to shoot the other corner. He's got to be a little careful. Tries for the side. That's tough there too. They're definitely making it a little harder on themselves than they need to on some of these shots. Easy for me to say when I'm sitting back here behind the glass. Wayne just wants to pocket it into that right corner, roll it forward, try to get pretty straight on the excuse me, pretty straight on the 8 ball. Tiny angle. Probably just gonna slow roll this, and he may decide to go all the way across the table with the cue ball. Did, and it cost him the accuracy on the shot. Sent it a little bit too far. I think if he'd have actually caught that one straight into it, probably would have just double kissed it anyway. That was a tough pocket from the angle that he had. Trying to settle that over on the side. Actually does a good job of splitting the two. Leaves a little bit of an angle, makes it slightly easier for Chris to go ahead and try to play that cross side. just a point off. Might not have much luck finding the 8-ball of home up there. I believe Chris was trying to draw it back down table. That was asking a whole lot. That gets back to where that's going to take a pretty decent stroke for that. And called that one a little bit high. Beautiful shot there. 9-ball finds its way home, and Chris retakes the lead 3-2. And as you can see, that takes the first 5 games, switching over to 8-ball now. This for the next 5. And Tim, the only thing I can think of is that he just wasn't comfortable trying, maybe he got a little too straight, wasn't comfortable trying to get the cue ball back down with the angle that he had, or lack of angle that he had. But it's Wayne's gonna have a tendency probably a little bit more often on some of them to like to go more with defenses again, coming from more of a one pocket background. One of those that the inches make so much difference, and it just about found itself behind that 9-ball, just not quite. So in this one, this isn't where slop counts, so they will be calling ball in pocket. You don't have to call rails or any of the others, even caroms or anything else. Wayne taking a close look at what he's got to do to get around for this one, and there he almost got it. That 6-ball is his trouble ball, as it does not have a pocket. That 10-ball is blocked in the bottom left corner here. And one thing about it's definitely one of the things that you see a lot of people make a mistake on whenever it comes to 8-ball, and that is not doing something with the trouble balls early enough. They'll shoot the ones that are on the outside, get all those cleaned up, get themselves down into a position where you only got 1 ball left on the table, which sounds great. The problem is now your opponent they've got so many different options when you only have one thing to hit at. They've got 5, 6, 7 balls on the table. If they don't have a shot, it's easy to hide you. If they have a shot, they can just keep running. That breakout happens, and if you've only got one on the table, you're either going to be giving a ball in hand, or you're probably going to have to get that ball out. So it does make 8-ball have some different challenges than what we see in 9-ball, 10-ball, any of the others. It's also the reason that I've said plenty of times before that when it comes to playing 8-ball, You throw this on the 7-foot table, and you've added another level of difficulty because everything has so much more tendency to just stay jammed up. I think 9-ball is a little easier on the 7-foot table, but 8-ball definitely is not. Just getting that little bump that he wanted and make sure that he controls everything so he actually can shoot the 15 or the 13. Nothing wrong with that. It's starting to open nicely. They want to leave a little angle after the 9-ball for the 13. Does a good job there. Send it back up to middle of the table, preferably the right hand side. Shouldn't have to worry about scratching from here. Well above it, and that's a nice shot. Oh, jumped up on that shot. Definitely one of those places that when you really start watching the pros carefully, there's certain things, and I'm not going to say always, but there's definitely certain things that they're very consistent about. And number one is being very clean on that stroke. Everything it almost becomes robotic, and that's where that kind of level of accuracy comes from. Chris is going to have one more shot at it. It looks like it's close to being jacked up over the 7, but not quite. Let's take a look over here. He's just barely beside it, which is actually going to cause him to throw a little English on it, and that's what happens. Definitely got to be careful, especially whenever it comes to those long shots. You really have to be careful at that, where that left and right goes, because that object ball is not going to take the same path, and he's left a little tough here. Back to what we were saying before, where Wayne now has plenty of things to hide behind. So could he have made that shot? Yeah, more than likely he could, but what good does it do unless Chris comes with a shot like that? Phenomenal shot. Chris extends this out to a 2-game lead, 4-2. And Brian, these guys are like your mid-level league players, and they're. You can say what you want about them, but they're here and they're on the stream. So, you know, I know that we're always going to get kind of the troll type of effect whenever people are watching. But again, they're here, they're competing, and they're trying to get better. Pretty open break there. Didn't get as much as he'd like to in the on the top. Doesn't pocket a ball on that one. Dwayne will probably be reasonably happy to start here. It looks like I don't see a whole lot of trouble. The 6 has a little bit to deal with. And good call, Nathan. Mr. Iverson, how's it going? I'm surprised you didn't sneak out here with him unless they made you work tonight. Be just a moment here. Wayne had to step out real quick. He'll be right back.
Dead ball. $14.
Oh, is he gonna pull that shot off again? Sure enough. That was nicely done there, and easy shot for the 3. See if he draws that back for the 8 in the corner. Ooh. Not sure which way he was planning on that going. It might have ended up, close to exactly where he wanted it. Regardless, 8 ball's where he wants it now. In the pocket that he called, extends that lead out 5-2. Chris gets a pretty open break, but gets a little top on cue ball. Cue ball finds its way down to the bottom rail. And James, no, because they are still racing to 10. So they're gonna do basically 5 games of 8, 5 games of 9. They'll switch back to 5 games of a 9 ball after this one, and they'll do that until somebody gets to 10. Which is actually kind of a fun way to do it because it stops. Sometimes it can kind of break that momentum. I know we've got another mutual friend of ours that they do a game of 8, game of 9, game of 10, go back to 8 ball and do game of 8, game of 9, game of 10, and they do that the whole time. And I've never tried it myself, but I could definitely see where that could potentially break a rhythm that you might get into with breaking runs on 9 balls or even breaking runs on 8 ball. Very different mindsets that you use whenever you're playing those 2 different games. That's just horrible luck. That's a nice shot too.
You ought to see the replay. How it even came off the 9 and scratch. I got no freaking clue. I got no clue, bro. None. Right there. To the top of the side, black.
And looking over at the replay of the shot on the other screen. Probably both wondering how that ball found its way in, but so Chris is gonna, at least soon, he's gonna want to clear that 14 ball. He'll go ahead and take the 11 to start off with. Putting a small angle on it. Oh, and he throws it out.
Jack him up. Oh, there you go. I don't want it any other way.
15 ball did not do him any justice. Kind of the bad thing about going forward like that is he was definitely going to be pushing towards those. Going to bring out a jump cue. This is not an easy jump. He's going over, it looks like piece of one ball, full ball on the other. and a long distance. You kind of have to airmail this one into the right spot. Well, would have been a good hit, but that's going to cost him the game. Ask a question because they must be playing like I'm sorry, they're playing ACS rules where you do not lose for a scratch on the 8-ball. Actually did not know that. I thought they were sticking to more of like a tap style rule, but since both of them have played ACS, I think BCA is the same. Wayne's over here looking in the window and still kind of laughing about the last shot. Now, Wayne still got one more out on this one. That might actually explain a little bit more about why he pulled the jump cue out instead of just kicking at it. Backed up a little, luckily enough. Chris is about 9 feet tall, so a little easier for him to be jacked up over balls like that or hit ones like that than it is for some of us. Who catches the point? I see a bank shot coming. Like he's got enough room. He is calling the bank. Uh-oh. Wrong pocket, still a loss. So had a good speed on it. Chris has got a couple of options here. I think he's probably going to go ahead and try to cut this one. Undercuts it. Plays it well enough so that 8-ball gets blocked. Wayne can try to kick this one back into the far corner. All the bottom left pocket, so he's going to try one real kick on it. Like where he's pointing at it now a little bit more than I like the other, but it's kind of a do or die shot here. Chris has got a hanger sitting up there.
Oh my God.
Still, that speed's catching him. That one way further down than he wanted to. Overcuts it, and a little bit of relief for Wayne. Still sticks it down that bottom rail and makes it tough. Taking a good look at the shot here, and so close to that bottom rail, it's hard to kind of put a little bit of a draw on it just to kind of make it a double option shot. And if he tries to roll it into either corner, and misses. He's going to leave Chris a shot. Gonna jack up. He's probably about a tip off. Nails it. It's a great shot. 5-3.
About time. Get your head out of your ass. Play pool like you're supposed to. Excuse me. Head out of your backside. Sometimes I feel like I gotta cuss like that. Put you out for half right now.
Moving this one around the table pretty good so far. Does need to get back a little more. Shape on that one. That made it far enough to get over there or not. Definitely didn't quite get on it from there. Oh yes, he did. A whole lot tighter than it looked. Nicely done. That was a nice run there by Wayne to bring this back within one game, 5-4.
Really? Being break? Shitty was
Starting this one off with a bit of a dry break from Wayne, but a big cluster over on the side that chances are they're both going to have to deal with before it's over with. Ooh, and a bobble from Chris. Wayne's starting to get a little bit more into stroke, and Chris looks like he's actually struggling a little bit. I believe after this game they'll be switching back to 9-ball. Wayne trying to work on his clusters out there a bit. Pretty smart way to do it, considering that, I mean, when you see those clusters that are sitting down there like that, good chance, like at this level, that they're not going to be able to bust them all out and be able to have a big run. So the more you can kind of set yourself up for success, the better off you are. And Chris blocking all kinds of pockets down here. He's got this bottom two pockets, so probably, if not now, very soon, Wayne's going to want to use something to clear one of those pockets. Most of his ball sitting down here on the bottom half. He's got to, he's going to need one of those two.
And I didn't make it. I meant to go down there, but
See Chris's little daughter running around in the background. She's been sitting over quiet as a church mouse, watching how Daddy plays. Doing okay so far, but again, he does still have to get a little room down there, and this is a tough call. A-ball sitting right there. Looks like he could actually take kind of a wild swing at it. Pocket, and it looks like it's actually got the right angle. Let me switch down there to the bottom. Looks like it's got the right angle, so you don't have to worry as much about the 8-ball going in. It would actually just kick that 8-ball back out. Slowly, though, everything sitting down there on the back, it's could be good, could be bad, depending on where Wayne decides to leave that cue ball.
used to. Yeah, I already know where it's going.
Like that 6 can go either up table or into the side. I know a few people like to shoot those into the side. I like taking that one all the way up, just a bigger pocket. It's still a bit jacked up over that 13. Let's see if he takes a stab at the 5-ball up table. Looks like that's where he's headed. Ooh, yeah, it's anytime you got a pro cut pocket, if it's gonna kick those kind of shots back out, you hit the center, you get in trouble. Probably roll this one pretty slow. Trying to get to the 9 ball, and definitely wanted a little thicker than that. And now it's starting to look a touch better for Wayne here. Got shots for days now. You still see where the 8-ball's sitting, but the 2-ball is there to be able to help out with that. Tries to go ahead and bump that 2 on that shot.
Oh, I didn't want to drop it.
Look at that from overhead. That 2-ball is clear now, so Wayne's actually got a little bit more advantage for him at this point. That 8 will still go into that corner. But you are going to have to shoot it right if you're Chris. And Scott, I think he actually had somebody put that in for him. I don't know where he got it. He's been using it for years. If they take a break in a little bit, I'll ask him if it's something that he got, something that others can find. It is pretty cool though. You take one little, like a half, maybe a quarter of a twist, pops right out. It actually stays solid whenever it's locked up in there. Again, as a one pocket player, those kind of long reaches happen all the time, and as long as I've known him, he's been using that cue. Actually, I'd say he's probably been using that one for, I don't know, 5-6+ years, and it's always had that extension on the end of it, and it is pretty solid. Undercuts that one a bit. Doesn't want to touch that. And I'd want that 2 and 8 to stay exactly where they are right now. Keep on flying all over the place, and little off angle on the 1. Kind of punches this one a little bit. He may be able to get it. Might have to kind of rub the rail first going into this bottom right corner pocket, but he might be able to get it to the other side of the 5. Speed control on it's going to be a little tough. He could play it in the side. It's a real small pocket from that angle. I like going to this bottom right, but and it's going to make it a little tricky, and he's going to go and move that 2-ball. Bill wants to get up for that 5. I think he may have gotten there. I don't know if it'll go or if he's trying to bank it. Oh, it definitely goes. Whew. That was a lot of stroke on that shot.
Ain't supposed to make this table so tough.
Gonna come around pretty nicely. Got the speed on that one. Alright, tie ball game, 5-5.
Shit's too close, Chris. Yeah, because I mean, we can go back to 9-1.
Let's see, I think they're going to be switching back. I'm going to check real quick. I'll be right back with you. Oh, never mind. Just answered.
Think about it until after we started. Because we just got to play a race. We got to play a race to 10 mixture of 8-ball and 9-ball. Yeah. Sorry, Alan.
Still sticking with the triangle.
Chris thought he was going to beat me 10-0. Well, I mean, you kind of did tell him that, but that's okay. He thought he was going to beat me 10-0, Alan.
Solid break. Cue ball does find its way into the side pocket. Tries to cut it aside, puts a lot on that one, and
It ain't even straight in.
that ball almost found its way into a very helpful position.
Know what, though? Ugh.
I thought about that 3-9 that first game.
Man. Oh, no, it wasn't
Just-
dead. I'm glad it wasn't dead.
It's possible if he, well, it's kind of a wild shot to shoot the 2 into the 3 to try to cross.
Don't go.
Well, wrong with that one. Definitely gets the 2-ball a little hidden behind the 5. Right. Unsuccessful jump there.
Oh, okay. I see how it is.
That's all I was worried about.
Oh.
You couldn't choose that night.
It worked the first time. Guess he's going to try that one again. Not worked the second time. Now for him to go ahead and cut that 3 into the side, just does come off enough to do that. Time catches it a little bit slow. I believe he wanted that 4-ball to go down to that bottom corner. Cuttable, but the cue ball is going to run around a little bit more. Still kind of jumping around a little bit. Oh, it's going to find a pocket. Nope.
Oh my god.
Gotta let it ride.
Almost found its way right back in. See, that 5 ball does go into that corner, not by a lot, but you don't need it to go by a lot. Ooh. Herbert cuts it just enough. And I believe he can actually get on either side of that 6 ball from here. Brian, it is switching from 8 to 9 every 5 games. So whenever they hit 10 games, they switch back to 9 ball. They started with 9, played the first 5 there, which went up to I believe a 3-2. Played 8 ball until it matched up here at 5-5. A little help from gravity as it sneaks it in. So if they make it up 5 more games from this point, you'll see it switch back to 8 ball. All right, it's got a nice angle here to play that 8 into the side and just roll it forward. 9 ball shot into the other side. Yeah, Wayne's looking a little stronger after he got a few games in. It comes out, and there's a lot of people, and a lot of times I even do this myself, even though it's kind of a bad habit for me. Before playing, some people like to practice a lot. Some like to just hit a few balls. Wayne actually doesn't like to hit any beforehand, so now he's walked into this table that's rolling really fast right now. Hasn't played here, and I'd say it's probably been about a year. So it wasn't much doubt it was going to take him a few games to kind of get used to it. Makes a lot of things easier for Wayne coming back to the table. That 7 gets bumped down, 3 sitting by a pocket. If he can just find a home for the 1 ball, let's go ahead and stick it up table. I believe he wanted that cue ball to get back behind the 9. Chris doesn't have an easy shot here. Mr. Garrett Cook, thank you very much for that. Appreciate it. And James, I've played at Livingston. I would tend to disagree there. And one of the players taking a real quick break here. Be back in just a moment.
All right, hold on. No, baby. No. I couldn't wait, bro. I had to let you break. Huh?
You wouldn't say it unless you.
Oh, that's all right. Yeah, I was. Get behind it. Oh, you're okay. It's okay, baby. It's okay.
Couple of decent shots there by Wayne, and that gonna sit. And Chuck, that's probably pretty accurate. Anybody's not looking at the chats over here. He says it seems the harder shots they think they they have a tendency to hit it. I would say that's probably pretty accurate for a lot of amateurs. And as you start to play more, you start to realize that that's very much not the case. But it hinders a lot of people's games because of that. So that's a very good observation. Oh, how big's that pocket? About that big.
Still gonna make it.
I know, but he still hurt.
I ain't made a long fight.
The 7's a little funny down there. Just wants to get clean into it, and it's just going to roll enough. Definitely has the room for it. And not a bad angle to get back up onto the 8-ball. Just wants to get to the middle of the table. Doesn't have to do anything fancy. Still kind of jumping up a little bit. It didn't hurt him on this one. Looking pretty good to potentially tie this one back up. Just for the record, I didn't say that he made it, so we can't blame that one on the commentator. They will, but I'll disagree. Okay, nicely done. Wayne extends it back out to a 2-game lead. Mr. Ben Halsey, and you are correct. Hopefully coming up soon you'll find you a game out here. Wayne sticking to that one ball off the side rail. Kind of crosses it a little bit, but does good. Almost gets a 10-ball, 10-ball break reaction where Cue ball goes to one side and one goes to the other. Down angle does have to watch out for. You should go past the 9 ball to the left side of the 9 ball. Oh, overcuts it. I believe Wayne's going to like this one. He's going to have a whole lot of room on the second half of that table. Roll it up for that 3 ball in the side. 4 ball sitting in a pretty good spot after that, so it should be okay the next few. Oh, catches a little bit of right English, gets on the wrong side of it. Still going to have a shot. Mr. Brandon Johnson, how's it going? Haven't heard from you since last year. Ooh, got a hold of that one. This table's rolling too fast for that. Undercuts that one just a little bit. It's going to be set up pretty nicely. If Chris puts just a tiny bit of inside on this one, lets it bounce up and does not. Overstrokes that one a little bit too, I believe. Nice little bottom English shot there, and he kind of wanted to stay on the other side of it so he could use that side rail to get back out for the 7. Make this shot a little easier, and straight draw sent that one right over the side, but did not give it what it needed to get back up table a little further. Still has a shot though, but this one's probably going to run a couple of rails, and well, came out pretty good on that. If he just slow rolls this one in. This is where I stop talking. Alright, nicely done. 7-6. Guys are still keeping it close.
You ain't got to worry about missing. You ain't got to worry about making them, Chris. You're playing some nice unintentional defense.
A little definitely got blocked by the 3 there, and 5's close to in the way, and yeah, definitely caught the center of that. So Chris gonna have ball in hand and chance to get a few of these out of here. Shooting it that way, it looks like he's gonna try to get between the 6 and the 9. That 9 ball is gonna get huge down there, and he might have gotten in trouble. Kind of hits that one pretty hard. Also, that's actually one that you really want to slow that one down. Just let the rail and that little bit of draw kind of bring it back down. You can go a long direction when you got a rail to be able to work with. I don't know if he was actually trying to get down there and break that out. Definitely going to leave an open shot, and probably a pretty good angle for Wayne. He's got that whole short rail up there to bounce against and come back down. A lot of right English on that shot.
When you jack up, Chris. Uh-oh, wait a minute.
Don't do it. Don't do it. Oh.
And a little help.
Oh, I thought that was gone.
God, he's sloppy.
I think he chose the right pocket trying to shoot up table. It definitely makes that leave on the 7 much easier. Chris back at the table after that miss. Oh, heck of an attempt there. Again, not making it easy on Wayne. Wayne returning the favor.
I'm out. He went potty, baby. He had to go potty. I don't think she would. Probably would.
This one I can see him putting a little bit more stroke. Just go ahead and kind of center ball, maybe even a little low. Float it out to the left side long rail and back over. And once again, that one cost him a shot. But is he going to get lucky on this one too? Yeah, it looks like it peaked out. It follows like it has been. You're going to see him hit this one kind of hard. And again, this is not a... This one's not really that big of a stroke. He actually hit that one really well. He's found his mistakes from earlier. Don't want to get too close. Oh, I think he's got a pretty nice angle on this. Flip overhead, and that's really close to straight. Little pokey, and tied back up, 7-all.
Yeah. Roger.
Bad break, just nothing goes in, and it looks like everything is open. That was a nice shot. 4-ball after this is going to be hanging right at the edge of the pocket. Thinking he'd want to get a little further, but he still draw off the 4-ball, and whoa, that's going to go spinning. You have to be a little careful on this one. Make sure he gets a shot on that 6-7. 5-ball, not by much, but the 5-ball does look cuttable into that side pocket. That'll give him a cut, and hits it pretty hard. Actually gets that 6 completely out of there, so nicely done. Whoever cuts the 6 comes out good with the roll, though. A lot of separation between those two balls. And see all that one pocket games helping Wayne out here. A little short. I like this one all the way down here in this bottom left corner. We may see him try to sneak it in the side. 7 ball sitting so close he can go to either one. I think he'll get a better roll on it if he goes all the way down, and that's one he's shooting for. Little overcut. Okay, nice small angle to get that back out. Rolls a little further than he wants and should still be okay. To use a little bit of inside English if he wants to. He can draw around the bottom side of that 9 ball. Ooh, harder or softer? Calls the bank. Gonna be close. Let's get it past that side pocket, so it makes that a little more difficult for Wayne, but I believe Wayne's going to be okay with just bringing it back into the side pocket by him. Right in the middle.
Definitely thought I sold that game out.
8-7 Wayne, and should be switching back to 8 ball.
Yeah, I thought
Getting down pretty close now. 2-3 race.
I thought you were trying to nip the 9. You know what I'm saying? When you,
Yeah. I'm just trying to stun it.
oh yeah, no, it's fast. They are. If you hit it too hard off the rail, it slides.
I think they might have actually forgot to switch. That does make 15 games now. And tries that 2-3 combo. 2 is makeable. It looks like he actually has to go rail first, and which if he does, he's going to try to spin around it.
That's how deep it was, or how much I had to go around it.
Chris is going to be able to make this one. He can actually get in that little hole between the 3 and the 5. Decides to go ahead and spin that one on out. Still has that 3 ball. Didn't get a whole lot of luck on that shot. He's got a few things between him now, so he'll be kicking to this one again.
Who is this?
Nice hit by Wayne there. Let's see how he comes out. I believe it's going to sneak out and give Chris a shot. River cuts that a little bit, and I think Wayne still has a shot. Cuts it. He got about as close to that 5 ball as he could. Oh, there you go. See if that 5 does not have a pocket, but with the 9 ball in the way, if you're going to shoot a combo, that's the one you want to shoot. By the way, he's aiming, that is really close to straight. Doesn't necessarily make it that much easier, but and still pockets the 5. One rail back up to the middle. It's a little on the soft side. Also well done. In fact, if we look over top, actually looks like he could play both of them if he wanted to. Try for the 8 in the side and 9 in the corner. Big difference between this one and how we typically do 10-ball. Tries to bank it.
It went in and came out, didn't it?
You see that?
Yeah. I'm not saying you left-hander. You shot in the world either.
That's a big back cut there. So Chris's opportunity to try to tie this one up. All right, tie ball game, 8-8 and race to 2.
Just getting some live action.
Yeah, step in and remind them how to count. So we're switching over to 8-ball.
Maybe we just get the bet on right now. Harper, who's going to win?
Mr. White's beautiful little daughter, making sure she gets in on the action. I think Chris might have brought her just for a ploy to make Wayne feel bad about winning. Give him the sad face. You can see the three ball over there. It looks like it's got a pocket. Gonna have to have the right angle on it. I don't believe he's gonna be able to get that angle on this particular shot, so he's gonna need to set up on the 7 and make sure he's still worried about that 3. Is he gonna get the breakout? Way to prove me wrong, Chris.
Oh wow, you hit that too good, man.
Way too good.
Way too good.
A little bit of issues down there, and he can hit the 7 from where he is and hit it clean. But you can see that 11's blocking. That 11's even blocking the bank. Plus that side pocket might not be terrible. One completed shot, Wayne can have some he can have a little room to run here.
Oh my goodness gracious. Look at this.
Is he gonna get it? He sure is. That was nicely done. I can look around. I like drawing this one back out, and that 8 has a big pocket by that 7.
Alexa, stop.
Or by the 7. The 8 has a big pocket by that 10 ball. Excuse me. That's awful dangerous hitting that 8 ball that hard. If it finds a pocket, it will end the game. And put Wayne on the hill. You know, Wayne's got some room to run now. A little bit more center than draw on that one. I think that 11's actually got a little bit of a... That's not exactly a straight shot. Yep, short. That's a big concern on that one. That's pretty close to straight for this bottom left pocket. Drills it first to the hill. People all over the place.
You got a ticker out there or no? Good?
You're playing this.
Once again, looks like a lot of his stuff is quite open. We'll see if that ball goes on this one. I believe it can sneak in there. Oh, uses the whole pocket and does go in. Cut on the 4, and then releases his last ball. Is closed up. He wanted that to run a little bit further. Gotta watch where that one ball goes on this one. Make sure it doesn't find its way into trouble. See, that's 7. Look, that's tight. Oh yeah. Well, that one ball will go. Will bank cross side. All right. A little bit of cleanup for Chris here.
Solid. I'm only saying that because the one ball's all the way up top. I tried to run out and got out of shape.
We'll probably see a lot of Chris making sure that he keeps that second option available to hide. Play this one all the way up in the corner, and as long as 7 doesn't get bumped. There's 1. Obviously going to be Wayne's shot. Pretty sure Chris did not call that one. Well,
Get out of there. Hit it bad, but yet I got rewarded.
leaves a long shot, but a very makeable one. For that last shot, this should be a piece of cake. Relatively straight on it. So he does have to watch where the cue ball goes after contact. Close, but not quite. Gets a little closer to the pocket. Alright, nice start by Chris. He's going to want to put as many of these together as he can. Short of another lucky roll. It's not a difficult ball to be made from most places on this table for Wayne to tie it back up. Well, that's makeable. Goes ahead and concedes that one, and we'll tell you that it's kind of that can be a little bit of a long stretch. And
can we ever get a match where we're not going hill? We played one pocket for.
All I needed to do was walk to the fucking rail. I mean, what the fuck?
Stanley.
Jesus.
We played one pocket for the last game.
Because we're all making one pocket shots here.
Dude.
Wayne's trying to sucker him in over there.
I can't make nothing but a one pocket shot.
Well, Chris plays about as much one pocket as I do, and that's about once per year, unless I can avoid it.
Huh?
Which is about how much rotation play that Wayne plays. So,
If it goes in, spot it up, yeah.
and tie ball game.
We can't yet. Watch me make that bitch now.
A solid break. Pretty open, not too much trouble. I'm gonna take a guess that he's probably gonna pick solids on this one. Looks a little easier of the two. It's still a tough call though. A couple of stripes go down. Three stripes go down, so he's gonna choose those. Only 4 balls left on the table. Just gotta make sure he gives himself a chance to get that 15 ball. Get too controlled of a roll on that one. Bumps the 9 ball and kind of takes it out of position a bit. Looking all the way up table, and I'm not. That's a tough call to make that one, because with the way that cue ball is going to want to go towards those.
Cross corner anyway.
Try to bank the 9 cross corner, and that's a tough call. Got to get straight enough on the other ones, and even if that one, that's a great shot. I give him all the credit for it, but it doesn't get him out of trouble for the other 2 that's on the table. Cue ball is definitely going to want to hit and go straight back across. There's a whole lot of traffic to get tied up in. Going to try to run the 12 all the way up.
Hit it too good, didn't draw back.
Chris back to the table with the opportunity to close this one out. That 3 does pass. That 3 does have a full pocket. I can see why he wants to go for the 4, but we'd go ahead and play that 5 now. That 6 will head towards that other corner. I think it opens up a lot of the last little bit of trouble that he's got. Play the 7, and if he wants to change the angle a little bit, might even be able to get onto that 4 ball. I believe he just did. Did, but not the greatest angle. 6 looks like it'll actually go, if we go overhead here, that 6 looks like it actually can go into that other corner. Gonna hit it easy, a little bit of draw, and just kind of head that direction, get a little closer. Nothing wrong with that shot. No, it looks like he is still going to bump the 5 a little. Gonna play this one as a little bit of a stop shot. He can try to force it forward. He might be taking a little bit of a chance of oh, that's looking good. Sits it right at the edge of the pocket. In dead center of that pocket too. I think he's just gonna draw it straight back out and across. Makeable. Catches the point.
Chris,
Wow.
come here.
Wayne's got choices, but I sure like that 15 ball more for the first shot. Take that 8 ball out from blocking everything. You can obviously play the 10, get a little close to the rail. That's going to make it tougher to get back out for the 8 ball, I believe. He likes the 10 first. Yep, and there's the problem with that. Got a long stretch across the table. Your one name low. And that long stretch causes that Q-tip to come up. Or, I guess, technically your backhand to drop. It's also an easy one to throw off the table here, but this is kind of a must make. It's just a hit I don't think is going to give him the result that he wants. Even this one, and he knows it, which is why he stood back up. It's a long reach out there for this, and see a lot of people will even use one of the bridges that'll allow you to jump from, even stack 2 bridges to be able to get to it. And
You miss it, you know what I'm saying? I mean, all I had to do was freaking come up here, and I decided to be a fucking jackass and fucking try to draw it. I fucking suck.
it's like hitting it soft and going down below it and trying to see if you can just stay behind the 15 as opposed to trying to make it. But speed's been a little bit of an issue today for both of them. Everything goes everywhere, but Chris can have an opportunity to make up for that last mistake. That cue ball stays on the table and everything's looking good. We have a winner, Mr. Chris White. 10-9, double hill. Happens to these guys basically about every time. And so, as always, and you'll probably see a few more matches like this. I personally like seeing matches where you get some mid-level or league type, mid-league type players coming out. We actually get an opportunity to learn a lot from that. So we'll get the next one scheduled and get it on here. Please keep checking in with our page and see when the next one's going to be. And as always, we definitely appreciate everyone joining in. Go ahead and mark that score up so we got the 10-9 showing properly. I'll let you know again when we're going to be back on. Thanks as always, and we'll talk to everyone soon.